the ladies' game. That was their last week of their regular season. We're going to begin with the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Good. None. They took care of business. Good.
Notre Dame, they needed a bounce back game. They got it. NC State, they handled business on the road. North Carolina got caught in Chapel Hill, and Duke handled business in Tallahassee. Coming off back-to-back losses, what was the Fighting Irish going to do at home? Why they wore their Shamrock jerseys here. And then in the second half is when they begin to pull away from the Louisville Cardinals. Hannah Hidalgo, 20 points, 6 for 14 from the field, 2 for 2 from three-point range, 6 from 8 from the free throw line, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists.
Man, forget the uniforms they wore. The defense they played. Man. The coach lit into them. You can tell the coach lit into them with that defensive effort they put forth against the Cardinals. You could tell. Ooh, goodness gracious, man.
And then Duke went to Tallahassee, and they put their foot up the Florida State's behind.
Statement win for the lady Blue Devils. I think they have to prove that they can be one of those top 4 seeded teams, and this is one good way of proving it.
Toby Fournier, 28 points, 11 for 15 from the field, 6 from 8 from three-point range. Talking about efficiency.
Damn, yeah.
With 6 rebounds. See what the net been was like, oh, I like this building.
And they shut them down the fourth quarter defensive. That's what I'm talking about, Lady Blue Devils. That's right. Play with that effort on the defensive end. Eliminate them to one shot and get them boards. That's what I'm talking about.
Unfortunately, the back-to-back losses for Notre Dame only got them a share of the ACC title along with the NC State Wolfpack.
Oh, well, congratulations to both the Lady Wolfpack and the Lady Fighting Irish.
But now y'all asking, so who gets the number 1 seed? Well, that would be the NC State Wolfpack because they beat Notre Dame 2 weekends ago.
That makes sense.
So NC State number 1, Notre Dame number 2, Duke number 3, and Florida State number 4.
So they're the ones that get the double buys. Okay.
They get the double buys. As you can see, North Carolina, Louisville, Cal, Virginia Tech, and Georgia Tech, they get the single bye. Mm-hmm. And this will tip off, the ACC tournament will tip off on Wednesday, March 5th, beginning with the Boston College and Syracuse. And then we'll move on from there with the championship being crowned on Sunday, March 9th. That is your ACC update. Big Ten update. USC, UCLA ran it back again. Michigan.
He did it again. Oof.
USC and Michigan saying a business against Minnesota. And then Maryland and Ohio State had a thriller. Speaking of which, USC and UCLA ran it back, and JuJu did it again. 30 points.
That woman a problem.
30 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks.
That woman a problem. That's all I got to say. She ain't even a pro, and that woman a problem.
So, I sent you the message, so you know what I'm going to talk about. Mm-hmm. So I wrote an article that says JuJu Watkins is the best player in college basketball.
I can't debate that.
Somebody tried to.
I mean, who are we talking about more than her? And I'm talking about the men. I know you're saying it too. The men and the women. What college basketball athlete are we talking about more? JuJu. Nobody. We ain't talking about nobody more than JuJu. We're not even talking about anybody as much as JuJu.
And those of you who want to be on the Cooper Fly bandwagon, I put out numbers out there, and those numbers from Cooper Fly don't compare to what JuJu has done.
Yeah, less points and less assists, I think.
Less points, less assists, less steals, and less blocks.
Less steals and blocks, yeah. So yeah, good, but not JuJu level.
And here's the thing: those of you who watched last episode, y'all know what I'm talking about. Cole wasn't here for me to see it, but I gave the numbers of what Juju has done against ranked opponents. With the Trojans being 8-1 against ranked opponents, the only loss was to Notre Dame. She was averaging 27 points.
See that? See that right there. That's elite level concentration.
This is number 2, and she put up 30 against them again.
This is elite level competition. This is a woman who, when the lights are on brightest, when the competition is at its steepest, she comes out and gives you the best that she can give you. And when that is the case, you want to do nothing but tune in and watch, because greatness will be on full display.
Now, I almost missed the game because I was too busy caught up in the elimination chamber for obvious reasons. You'll find out in about 30 minutes or why I almost missed out on this game.
And this woman's only 19, and she's giving people the business like this.
This JuJu Watkins, the best player in college basketball.
She giving people the bit. She giving people the business. And she ain't even a junior. Forget it. She's not even a junior, and she giving people the business.
Oh, and by the way, she already locked up player of the year. There's nobody catching that.
People battling for second with that. Best college basketball player in the game. Not even a question. JuJu Watkins, not even a question. It's just a matter of when. It's just a matter of when she's going to conquer. No, when she's going to get the national championship that she's going to get, and then how long will it take for her to conquer the WNBA? That's the two questions. That's the only two questions I got with JuJu.
Maryland survived Ohio State 93-90 in an overtime.
Ooh.
Kaylin Samir, 26 points, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, but it was TBSE. And no, not the wrestler.
Oh, it's by Ted?
And no, not the wrestler. Hitting a game-winning 3 at the buzzer to pull it out from Maryland. Gotta love it. You gotta love it, man. There was some great the ladies put on a basketball display Sunday. Great display of basketball on Sunday. But the fact that JuJu is JuJu, guess who won the Big Ten?
Well, and of course, it's on the strength of the two L's that UCLA has. Both of them to the Lady Trojans.
Courtesy of JuJu Watkins.
Courtesy of JuJu Watkins both times. Once in LA, once in Pasadena.
So the Trojans are the number 1 seed in the Big Ten tournament, followed by UCLA, Ohio State, and Maryland. This tournament kicks off on Wednesday, March 5th, and it ends Sunday, March 9th. You probably seen a theme here.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm looking at this, I don't see anybody that can challenge the top 4 teams. In my opinion,
I don't either.
I don't see anybody that can challenge them. But last year we were surprised because we had some crazy results happening in conference tournament. That's why March is so great.
Yeah,
you never know what to expect in March.
Nope.
You think one thing and something else happened. You like, what just happened? Any given night in basketball, especially in college. But that's the Big Ten. Let's go to the Big 12. Back to Cole Johnson's old stopping grounds.
Mm-hmm.
Iowa State dominated 14 ranked Wildcats of Kansas State, and TCU went into Waco and took down Baylor.
Big time win for the Lady Horned Frogs.
Audie Crooks, 36 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists.
Wow.
That big girl put on a show against the Wildcats. They had no answers.
Man, now this is a hard L for Kansas State to take. I mean, a beatdown. A beatdown into a team that's fighting for their NCAA tournament lives. So, and this probably will make them a candidate to be in the tournament now. Not just a win against a top 20 team, but a beatdown of one
to close the season out.
Yeah, and this is the last game of the regular season, and they give a 14th ranked team a 22-point butt whooping. Dominated them in the second half, gave them a 22-point butt whooping.
A beatdown unheard of. And then down in Waco, TCU number 10. 3-point victory over 17 ranked Baylor Bears.
Mm.
So don't imprint 16 points, 7 for 10, 7 for 17 from the field, 19 rebounds.
Points were at a premium in this game. Mm.
She had 19 rebounds.
I know Baylor. I know the lady Gold. I know the Lady Bears are kicking themselves in the hiney. Lack of effort, and you can see it in the first quarter. Lack of effort.
And guess what? With this result, for the first time ever in basketball, I ain't saying women's basketball, in basketball, a Big 12 championship is going to Fort Worth, Texas.
The city sucks, but the team doesn't. Congratulations to TCU.
By the way, Haliey Van Lith turned into Louisville Van Lith when she went to TCU.
Good.
That's the Haliey Van Lith I wanted at LSU.
Good. She found her way finally. Good. Hate that it wasn't in LSU, but she found a way. That's good.
She turned back to Louisville, Haliey Van Lith, and this is why TCU is on top of the Big 12.
Yeah. And yes, along with a statement win to close out the season against one of your arch rivals. Great job. Great job, TCU. Great job.
And with them, the Big 12 championship is now, conference tournament is now set. TCU's the 1, Baylor's the 2, Oklahoma State's the 3, and West Virginia is 4. A name that you didn't expect to hear. West Virginia, the 4 seed. Their tournament begins, you guessed it, Wednesday, March 5th, and ends
March the 9th.
Sunday, March 9th. I said, you see a theme here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then to the Southeastern Conference. Yet again, the best conference in basketball.
Well, somewhat unlike the men. I mean, this one is real top heavy.
Georgia did the unthinkable in Knoxville.
Beating the Lady Vols. Woo, wow.
Ole Miss did the unthinkable, so we thought, in Baton Rouge, but there's a news about that. Why that happened? South Carolina.
Kim Mulkey decided to play, and we discovered she can't.
No, I'll
sorry.
let you know. South Carolina, Kentucky tried, but South Carolina kept them at a distance. Oklahoma taking down Alabama.
Boo!
That's right. Ole Miss went to Baton Rouge and took down 7-ranked LSU. Tamia Sadler's 19 points. 5. She didn't shoot well from the field, but hey, she shot 50% from 3-point range. So
she shot well enough.
She had 5 steals.
There we go. That's how she made the biggest of differences. She shut some stuff down the other end of the floor.
But if you didn't know, now what happened to LSU? Well, guess what? And this is news that Tiger fans don't want to hear. Flau'jae Johnson did not play in that game, and she would miss the SEC tournament too.
Oh man.
She'll be back for the NCAA tournament. She will not be around for the SEC tournament.
Oh man, that might hurt their chances of being the number 1 seed. Oh wow.
And you want to know why Ole Miss caught them? They didn't have their star player.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow. Because I was hoping that the SEC was going to lock down 3 number 1 seeds in the NCAA tournament.
So that's how.
But that's not going to happen though. Man.
South Carolina, as I mentioned earlier, did their thing. Tessa Johnson, 16 points, 7 of 9 from the field, 2 from 3-point range, and Kentucky they'll get it to 5. South Carolina ran it back up. Get it down to 4. South Carolina ran it back up.
You know,
Just kept them at an arm distance.
look, the Lady Wildcats, they just didn't have the horses. That's just it. I mean, yeah, they're a good team, and they put forth a great effort in Columbia, but come on, we're talking about the Lady Gamecocks here.
And I'm
One of
worried
the
about the
best
Lady
teams we've
Gamecocks.
seen in a long, one of the best teams we've seen in a long time,
And I'm worried about the
and
Lady Gamecocks.
they're having a down season.
That's my problem. This might be the year they get caught.
I think they will get caught this year. Not rooting for it, but I think they will get caught.
I think they getting caught. They don't.
Yeah.
Pow Pow, Raven Johnson, Tez Johnson,
They got they,
kids.
they got some good players.
They got good players, but they don't
They
have
just
that
don't.
play. They don't
That's
have
what,
that
they
player.
don't have the difference maker. That was just about to say they don't have the difference maker, and I think that's what's keeping them from basically being the odds-on favorite again this year.
They don't have that player.
Mhm.
That's a problem.
Yeah, they don't have like an Asia Wilson, a Leah
When it comes
Boston.
down
They
to
don't
it,
have that type of player.
Notre Dame, they got two. They got Javier Miles.
Mhm.
Pick your poison.
Right.
Which one you want them to destroy you?
hmm
We gotta talk about USC. JuJu Watkins.
hmm
When the lights are on, she's coming. And
hmm
be prepared.
hmm
Texas, they got Madison Booker.
Yeah, the female Kevin Durant, Lord. Gosh.
Was I lying though?
No, you're not. You're not lying.
We're talking UConn. And we seen what they did in South Carolina.
Yeah, they beat them down. Gosh. Ooh. Man, I feel for the Lady Gamecocks with that beat down myself, and I didn't even play for them. Ooh.
So I'm not liking Downstate chances this year. I really don't.
It's not even close as good as it was last year. So yeah. No.
And then Oklahoma had a business against Alabama.
Crimson Tide, you all suck.
Beers with 22 points, 8 from 9 from the field, 6 from 9 from 3-point range, and 11 boards.
But seriously, that's how you have to take care of business like that. So yeah, congrats to the Lady Sooners for closing it out strong.
And then we ended up with the co-champions, South Carolina
and Texas.
and Texas. The Lady Longhorns are bringing a ACC banner to Austin.
Yes. Good job, Lady Longhorns.
Unfortunately, we had a dilemma. Well, they both had the same record, which were their co-champions.
And they both split their season series against each other.
So we need to find out who's the 1 seed here for the SEC tournament. Going to Greenville here. So guess what?
You might as
do a coin flip. And it landed up South Carolina.
So it might as well be South Carolina because heck, they're playing in the state anyway, so let it be them.
Coin flip goes to the Gamecocks, so they get the 1 seed, which means Texas gets the 2 seed, LSU the 3 seed, Kentucky the 4 seed.
The only problem I have with that is, it might be a blessing though, since LSU will not be playing with Flau'jae Johnson. So that might be a blessing, and heck, they may not be playing as LSU in the conference semifinal.
But it's that second line I'm looking at. Oklahoma, the 5th seed. Alabama, the 6th seed.
I'm thinking
7.
I'm thinking they might take. I think they and I'm also one of those that I can clown a team if I play dislike them, but I could be but I could be unbiased. Oklahoma can get with Kentucky. They can get with Kentucky in a conference in a conference quarterfinal. They can get with them, and I would not be surprised if I see them playing against South Carolina in the conference semifinal.
And this tournament begins March
Wednesday.
5th. And it ends
Sunday,
March 9th.
March the 9th.
And those are the tournament updates that I have for you. Oh, I forgot one. The Big East. Well, we already know who won the Big East.
Oh, yeah. UConn sleptwalk their way to the championship. Jeez.
And here's the scary part that I found out. AC Fuss still has one more year eligibility.
Mm. So you mean tell me they can run this back?
AZ Fudd has one more year eligibility left.
So
Actually,
that
Paige does too, but Paige already declared she's going to the WNBA. But if
right.
AC Fudd come back, good gracious.
So that means they can run this back. Wow.
Yes,
Okay. Mm, mm.
man. When I found that, I was like, oh Lord. And my fact, here it is right here. AZ Fudd is still undecided on returning to UConn or turning pro.
If you need the money, go, honey. But if you don't, I think you'll make a bigger impact if you go to WNBA next year.
If she returns and she's not injured, because we starting to see when she's not injured, she's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Just be aware. And then we get to the Big East tournament, which is the only difference of all the other ones. They begin Friday, March 9th, and they end
They
Monday,
end.
March 10th.
Mm-hmm.
But I see nobody's challenging UConn. So
I don't either. And I would love to. I would love to say I'm wrong. I'm not, and you're not
they,
either.
they already smacked Creighton in the last game of the season. So
So I was going to say that the only possible challenge is Creighton, but
they
UConn took
already
care of business with them. So
they
no,
already smacked them. So
yeah. So no, I don't see anybody that can challenge UConn for the conference championship in the Big East.
and then here's your Bubba Watson according to Charlie Cream for the lady side. Last four buys: Oregon, Indiana, Nebraska, Iowa State. You did say that win over Kansas State was
Oh,
big,
Kansas
right?
State. It was.
There you go.
It was.
Last four by,
Yeah, I'm about to say they probably took them from the last four in to the last four by.
which
So
means they are safely in at the moment in time.
right.
It'll take a dramatic, unworthy Big 12
Yeah,
tournament for
I
them
was
to.
about to say, they probably have to bounce in the first game they play for them to be out.
Last four in: Washington, Minnesota, Princeton, and Harvard. And then you look at the fourth spot: Virginia Tech, Arizona, Marquette, St. Joseph. So there you go.
Mm. Wow. How the mighty have fallen. The Lady Cardinal. They were in the next four out. Now, this was a team that normally would be perennial Final Four.
He's talking about Stanford, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Stanford. Perennial Final Four. Perennial Elite Eight. And they are in the next four out.
That's very true.
How the mighty has fallen from when
Next
they were
four
in the
out:
Pac 2,
Stanford.
when they were in the Pac 2, I mean Pac 12, they were mighty and high, and then now they're in the ACC, and they don't even rate
You can say the
Jack.
same thing for Virginia Tech. You talking Elite 8 team.
Yeah, but they hadn't fallen as hard. But yeah, you could say somewhat the same for Virginia Tech, but Stanford, that was a perennial Final Four team, and basically they have to they have to hit their knees and pray to make the tournament. It's been a long time since I've heard that about a Lady Cardinal team. Ooh,
And
wow,
this is why it's so interesting when the calendar turns to March.
jeez, man.